Hello, I'm Tam, the TamBoTC channel, and disclaimer, I'm usually harsh with some of the way I approach my opinions and go about stuff, so know that. They may be negative. Know that I do really like Luke Stevens' content, but weirdly, he's had two things recently that I had points I wanted to bring out I didn't really like. And he just, like, I think the most recent thing was not long ago, maybe it was long ago, and I just don't remember. But I wanted to talk about some stuff. I haven't played Fortnite in a while, so I might be rusty. But yeah, I've been tired of Fortnite lately, but I'm trying to get back into it again. And since it's a topic on Ubisoft stuff, I used SEO. And yeah, let's get his Hidden Blades out, why don't we? There we go. I don't think that Luke Stevens obsesses over Assassin's Creed the same way Angry Joe does with Superman, but he does seem a little obsessive over it, for sure. But I wanted to bring up, he was talking about some stuff with, there's just a cinematic trailer. Definitely dumb if people are pre-ordering off of that. that's really stupid. But he brought up it's just a game argument. I feel like that has boundaries when it works and feels like a very simplistic and really dumb excuse for some things, and other times it works. I've used that excuse sometimes, even in some of my own videos. I don't know necessarily if it works here though. Now, he talked about how, like, the main character is based on a real-life person. I think more of my problem, or real-life historical figure, is more with the points that he makes, not necessarily the game or anything surrounding it. Because, once again, there's not much info out about it. So, also was kind of playing without my glasses for a bit there. But yeah, he brought out a point on, like, Odyssey. So these are the same people who made, I think, published and worked on, not published, but worked on Odyssey, developed Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and Syndicate. I said Odyssey so many times right there. Sorry for that. And he said that he used, like, a comparison of them being like, look at those games because they're stray so much from being realistic, and they had, like, the Minotaur fights and all that stuff, and he used that as a... Somebody's above me. He used that as an example. I think that's a bot. It's gotta be a bot. There you go. Hey, God Banana. Yeah, that's definitely was a bot. Ooh. That might not be though. But with that, I don't agree with that point made, because Assassin's Creed, you can still kind of find it a little bit believable while making sure to be between the lines of reality and fiction. Where is this person? Damn it, I had to reload. Right. I almost had them. But yeah, like, in Assassin's, not only is that the later games, also Odyssey is the game that's the furthest feeling from an Assassin's Creed game. That's not a good example. And I've talked about why. There's so many reasons why that game is so far. And Syndicate isn't necessarily the most beloved Assassin's Creed game either. So you got, on one hand, a really bad Assassin's Creed game. Even Fishy, who's known as an Assassin's Creed YouTuber, put that as one of his worst Assassin's Creed games. And then you got Odyssey, which is the furthest away from an Assassin's Creed game that Assassin's Creed can be. And they've only gotten worse with that over time. When I looked at like fighting the gods and Origins, for example, I saw that more as just a world event. It wasn't really a canon thing. And I don't know if DLCs work, like say once again the Syndicate's DLC where you play Jack the Ripper, or that George Washington Tyrant DLC. Like I don't know if those are canon, but if they are, they have a few questions to answer. But you can still somewhat see certain things fitting between the lines, because I don't think we have the entirety of every little portion of a historical figure's life, and you can still kind of fit it between the lines there. With stuff like the Assassins, like that's kind of why they use the Animus works for the story, and that there's the whole, hey, that character doesn't kill innocent people, and that's what causes it desynchronize and such. It still feels like it could fit. Odyssey is the furthest away from feeling like an Assassin's Creed game and the most ridiculous. And even then, you could probably still take like Cyclopses and all that as just like, oh, that's just a world event thing unique to this. So you could still kind of see it, but at the same time, it's still the furthest away from Assassin's Creed that it could be at that point. And Valhalla would just be furthering that argument for the recent Assassin's Creed games. It's kind of like you took a series that took itself somewhat seriously and had this stuff that could fit in within the lines of history without really messing with stuff too much. Fiction. And then you just kind of were like, with the latest games, like, screw it. That's kind of what... And it's something I don't mind, but I feel like using arguments like the one Luke Stevens said doesn't entirely work 100% in my opinion, personal opinion. I don't know. After the freaking other thing where he's like, Skyrim's generic, like, what? What, because it has dragons? Because their dragons aren't even proper dragons, dude. They don't even have the forward legs. They're more like wyverns. Also, to mention in this, it's almost like comedic in the same way he said about Todd Howard saying they strive for quality. It's almost comedic in that same ironic way when he mentioned the same sentence that Oblivion was unique. That game's so... I've talked about several times how that game is freaking generic. I love Oblivion. Don't get me wrong, and I don't mind its setting and such. Oh god, this gun's back. But it's got, like, generic armor. Like, it's even borrows probably way too heavily from Lord of the Rings. Like, everything Daedric in that feels like just Mordor and Sauron stuff. Like, the Oblivion gates, you got the towers and stuff feel like the fricking Sauron's fricking tower, and it looks like Mordor. And then you got the armor along with maces look like just Sauron's armor, where they at least made it look more unique and distinct in Skyrim when they made Daedric versions of the armor. And that's kind of what later games would stick with, like ESO. Or later game, I should say. But also action figures. There's a pop figure and an action figure that uses that same Daedric armor set version. But yeah, there's quite a few. They have this stuff in, okay. And then there's just, I don't even remember most of the cities because they're generic castles, like maybe Anvil and Kavach, but Kavach is basically destroyed in the beginning. But yeah, like, I barely remember the places, and the guards, the knights or whatever, are dressed just as, like, in generic medieval clothing and such. Then you got typical goblins and zombies and rats. They're not even designed uniquely. Even frickin' Skyrim skeevers and wolves tried something. And yeah, it's weird that they have saber-toothed mammoths, but at least it makes somewhat sense that they have two prehistoric kind of. Or is it prehistoric? Maybe I'm wrong about that. Correct me if I am. But yeah, at least they were able to make it fit, and I feel like their giants are at least somewhat unique. Who's out here? I'm gonna freaking lightning bolt them. It's a bot. Some of these over here now. But yeah, and you got like minotaurs in freaking Oblivion. Like what? And that freaking spider lady, which is just basically that queen or whatever I've talked about from Dungeons and Dragons. I always forget her name. I remember she was in an episode of the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon back in the day. So we can get these guys with my electric powers. Oh, they're up on the mountain. Oh, they're fighting bots. Those bot enemies. But yeah, it was freaking weird. His excuse or whatever. And I feel like there's certain times where saying something's just a video game doesn't always work. You also have to think between you saying that and the price point of the thing. Maybe you gotta worry about that when it comes to trying to make that simplified argument. And then there's like, not that the argument doesn't always work, but in times like that, it's kind of like, would you use that same argument for the Saints Row reboot or the Gollum game or something? Or for a game that's very heavy on its microtransactions and stuff. I like a lame ass excuse this time, and that it wasn't used properly, and the points were used properly with utilizing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I would have used the original Assassin's Creeds when talking about it, not one of the newer games, because it just does not help the point. In my opinion, it does not. Once again, if you do like those games, I'm not trying to say that you should, because he makes that same point that I usually say in my videos in the end of his video there, where it's like, it's up to you if you like that Suicide Squad game and continuing liking it. But is there something wrong with you? Is something wrong? But yeah, like, maybe I don't go saying that, but hey. With that said, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. Let me look more into my notes here, and I'm going to collect all these goodies here. See what they got. It doesn't really look like they got much in here. Ooh, I do like that. Wait a minute, what is my gun anyways? Oh. Ooh. I don't know what to replace it with. Yeah, I'll take it. Why not? What is this gonna be? Oh. Oh God. I think I want something that heals me at least. And I feel like I'm not gonna. Yeah, that's cool and all, but I feel like I'm not gonna use that much. Actually, Tommy gun's probably not the best. As well as I dropped the lightning because it's just gonna leave me open to attacks. Because that is the one downfall of that ability, if anything. So let's get Ezio out of here. Let's actually get Ezio somewhere safe. Oh, there's a NPC. Hello there. Who's this? I don't remember an NPC out this far. Oh, who are you? Got a purple sniper rifle. I'll just hire you. Why not? I'll be a bitch baby and have a NPC fighting by my side. I have the right to be bitch baby. Alright. Oh, I should have made the joke that I usually do where someone's like talking about Assassin's Creed proceeds to play Fortnite. So freaking stupid. I can play what I want. Piss off. If you can play Suicide Squad, then I can play this. Anyways, let's see what else I had. I had another point, I think. I guess it's also to be kept in mind that if you have like a character that's based on a real life historical figure, that you do want to be somewhat careful with how you represent or write them. I would focus more on the writing and character development and how they do that, as well as any potential glitches. Ubisoft hasn't been the best lately with taking away games from you, like The Crew, to saying stuff like gamers need to get used to not owning their games. And then like their Avatar game came out, and it's like I don't even hear anything about that. It must have been mediocre, and I have a feeling the new Star Wars game is gonna get the same treatment. Skull and Bones didn't come out well. Prince of Persia was like the one thing that came out recently that was like somewhat good. Uh-oh. There's somebody. Oh, they're trying to sneak. They're trying to sneak. Yeah, trying to sneak. Okay. I am definitely rusty. Is that the avatar powers, by the way? Those are still in the game as well? Interesting. Don't they have Star Wars stuff and oh my gosh, they have so much stuff in right now. Oh yeah, I complained some silly things with my friend. Just silly things with Discord itself. So, let's see what else there was. Okay, I brought up that. I think I said, yeah. I think I said everything I needed to. I'm just checking through my notes here again. Okay. Yeah, I think I said everything I wanted to say in that. Yeah. I don't want to make videos on Luke Stevens like this, but I felt like it felt like something I wanted to bring up nonetheless. As anybody who watches, like, you make your own decision or opinion at the end of the day. Once again, I shouldn't have to tell you that. I'm not your goddamn parent. Make up your own mind. But if you do find something interesting there, or you like this video, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye.